to Show Me St. Louis. While summer break comes to an end, you and your home might need or be ready for a reset, but it can be tough to know where to even start. The Cheerier Interior is a residential interior design business in St. Louis that helps clients bring happiness to their spaces, from kitchen and bath remodels and new builds to decorating. So here to share more on how to bring the happiness back to your space is owner Allison Williams. Allison, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So why don't we first just get into Cheerier Interior? We mentioned it a little bit there, but we actually even have some before and after photos. This is what you do best.
Yes, this is what I do best. So I am a residential interior designer, which means I work primarily on homes. And like you said, I'm I help with new builds, I help with remodeling kitchens and baths, and then I get into just the plain old decorating, whether it's curtains, pillows, paint, and paint is a huge one.
Okay, and we even just saw, if you looked at those photos, I mean, they are just night and day a difference.
Right.
So why don't you take us through some of those tips that people can take into, and you mentioned color, because you're a certified color expert.
Yes, I went to the Maria Killam Color School, where we learned all about undertones and what undertones, whether it's a beige or a gray, or even within white, you know, there's different gradients of white, and you don't want to get those wrong.
Yeah.
So many people think they can do color on their own, or they think that they can go to their friend's house or on Pinterest and find a color that'll work in their home. Well, a lot of times that's not the case, and they end up repainting it, and it doesn't work. For example, in this little flat lay, we have a rug that we chose, and you can see this beige kind of works with the undertones, the back undertones of the rug. And then we pulled out a fabric for the sofa from the same color in here, and then a leather chair, which works with the brown in here. And it all has to work together, and not just in one room. It has to work with your kitchen and your fireplace and everything. So something like this would probably work in like a farmhouse style home, maybe a transitional home with more tan cabinets and like your brown, maybe a quartz with brown tones.
Of course. So it seems kind of simple when you put it like this, right? That it's just sort of that simplicity, that color. But as you mentioned, you've had people that would have to repaint or change things. Right. So one thing that you really strive for is that a designer in the end is going to help save some of that money.
Yes, a designer would help save you money, because you're going to have to replace or redo, or something, like I said, that you thought you liked just doesn't work.
Yes.
And you don't know why it doesn't work, but you know it's not right. And so that's why a lot of times people call a designer in to help fix it. And make it more cohesive and flow.
And what I love about your business particularly is it's making the space happy again.
Yes, and that's why I named my business the Cheerier Interior, because I do believe that with thoughtful updates, everybody can love their home. And I see a lot of people saying, I just want to move, I want to get out of here and start over. That's not necessarily the answer. I mean, maybe, you know, like I said, updating your fireplace. I just did one where we updated the fireplace. We took down some bulky built-ins, new curtains, rug, painted the cabinets. I mean, this one's a little more extensive, but
it makes all the difference.
Yes. And it's hard, if you're not a designer, it's hard to see the potential of your home, and that's where I come in.
So don't move just yet.
Don't move.
This fall, you can hit reset. Go ahead and take a look at your screen. The Cheerier Interior, you can visit their website to learn more, as well as follow along on Instagram. Thank you so much, Allison, for joining us today.
Thank you.